Bitches leave.
I'm here to tell you that Robocop Rogue City and Unfinished Business are nostalgia and fan service done right, but chances are you already knew that. Hearing the giant thud every time you take a step, the roar of the Auto 9 as it guns down creeps, Peter Weller just being amazing are just a few examples of the many, many highlights that these two games offer. These really are the true Robocop 3 we should have gotten, and they feel sincere with all of it. The station looks like the station. Fan service abound with side missions. With simply being in Robocop's titanium boots, you get to pet a cat. None of it feels out of place, forced, or in bad humor. This is the fastest turnaround from a what were you thinking of a studio to a solid redemption story, and finally the potential that a developer is capable of. Please give these guys the Judge Dredd license, because let's be honest, Robocop and Dredd are cut from the same jawline of a person, and the Auto 9 here can be customized like it's the prototype of Dredd's lawgiver.
Full auto. Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Set between Robocop 2 and 3, even though this really is Robocop 3. Come on, guys, seriously. We play Alex Murphy, aka Robocop.
Murphy.
I think you're forgetting someone.
Officer Lewis, you were remarkable.
As he questions what humanity is and what it's like to be a cyborg.
Could you advise me how a person who would like to try nuke should go about it?
Patrolling Old Detroit and Omni Tower, solving various crimes, and eventually, of course, he has to stop the new guy, a drug lord who's basically Alan Rickman from Die Hard, and in Unfinished Business, he goes up against Snake Plissken, pretty much. Seriously, 80s abound.
I have more in common with you. Soon, I'll be what you couldn't become.
Dead.
After glitching out during a break-in at the local news station, Robo gets put under OCP surveillance, and we get to ask ourselves the age-old question, what does it mean to be a human?
Damn!
The movies did this stuff pretty well, so of course it's going to show up here too. I actually took time to think about this stuff. The only thing I didn't care for was the sidekick working for OCP to monitor you. I feel like they could have cut this kid out and it wouldn't have made a difference plot-wise anyway, because we repeat ourselves with the humanity question throughout this game, and in Unfinished Business, it does the exact same thing, minus the sidekick character. It's a waste of a character in my opinion, but what isn't a waste though is Robocop himself. Peter Weller returning here is the true highlight, and he is just so good.
Maybe too late to rescue the hostages if we wait for SWAT.
If they want to fly into a war zone, I have first-class tickets for them.
Damn.
You tried to comfort me. Why?
People make mistakes.
What about machines?
Find one and ask it. Surrender, or there will be trouble.
You're going down!
Trouble, then.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Throughout Rogue City, you go up against typical gang members and eventually mercs for hire, and those same mercs return in Unfinished Business, and they even sprinkle in the classic moving bombs, flying enemies, big heavies. Back to back, these two games offer just enough variety to keep it feeling fresh. And when you have great combat like you do here, it never gets boring. They even bring back the creepy androids from Robocop 3, and to keep with continuity, they are prototypes.
Think we should fire up those toys from Kanamitsu now? Yep, they're ready. How the hell did Robocop neutralize them so fast? Damn prototypes. Someone should have installed a self-destruct system in them.
And yes, Ed 209 gets a few moments to shine as well. course, all of this would suck if you didn't have your faithful Auto 9, one of the greatest movie guns ever made, and now video game guns ever made. So much so that it's been in a couple of games already.
All American.
You get PCBs that allow you to customize it with your cyborg heart's content, and unless my mind is playing tricks on me, you get a single shot upgrade that grants massive damage and adds the pew pew noise when fired. It's great, but by the end, you aren't even going to be reloading. Eventually, in unfinished business, you get an ice gun, and it's now entered into my top 10 weapons of all time. Ricocheting bullets, turning yourself into a wrecking ball, flashbangs, punches from hell, teaching goons how to fly, environmental damage, the list goes on, and I could talk about this all day. But once the combat's over, slipping back into police work, issuing tickets, or helping a friend out is just as fun in gaming terms. You get a few chances to play as other characters in unfinished business, giving you a true break from being Robocop, and it was during these moments you really understand just how unstoppable Robo is as a walking tank with feelings.
I got something for you, officer. I know where you can find a wanted criminal. That poster over there says there's a reward for that information, and I want it.
I want details.
Are you blind? I'm the guy from that poster, so here I am. Now, give me the money.
I will have to detain you.
Fine, but I still get the reward, right?
You can hope for a reduced sentence.
That's not the reward I was hoping for, but I'll take it.
Now that I've finally upgraded my PC and am able to play this thing in the first place, while I personally believe graphics peaked in 2007 or something, and they've been a bit stagnant ever since, I'm glad this game does exist. The reflections in the water, the way light bounces off the walls in real time, glow of the neon lights at night, or the sun behind the clouds, all the blood splattering the walls, it's absolutely beautiful. This is how you make an almost photorealistic looking city, or whatever filter they did, it's simply astounding. Robo himself, of course, is the best looking character here because he has to be. The silver armor in the right lighting is amazing, and if you get the Alex Murphy DLC, you get his blue armor from Robocop 2, and that looks just as good. You have different Auto 9 looks as well, a battle-damaged Robocop. In unfinished business, you get a frosted skin, and the environment when you use the ice gun is simply breathtaking. Some characters do look a little bit funny, but honestly, I didn't have any issues visually, and sound design is perfect. I've touched on the narrative a bit. It is very ABC story in Rogue City and in Unfinished Business, and that's perfectly okay. And if you've seen any of the Robocop movies, chances are you might see what's coming. These are fan service the video game after all, but that's not a bad thing. I do find it interesting that after all this time, we finally do get another official Robocop game that touches on the same narratives as before, not a bad thing. And because it's been so long, we've had a bunch of Robocop-like games within this time frame. Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided come to mind, as well as Blood Dragon basically being a Robocop / Terminator / love for the 80s game itself. With stories and themes of what it truly means to be human, questioning who you are as a person, police brutality, or what it means to uphold the law, right and wrong, etc. It's surprisingly pretty heavy stuff for games and a franchise about a walking tin can with a gun. The tagline, after all, is part man, part machine, all cop, and out. The tagline is part man, part machine, all cop, and out of that, we get a Jesus metaphor movie and a satire on corporate Wall Street America and law enforcement. It's absolutely crazy that this stuff exists and that it works so well. I might make a separate video on the narrative later because I really don't want to spoil it here, but the long and short of it is, it's good. It's just as good as Robocop 1 and 2, and yes, parts of 3, and the very short-lived TV series. Yeah, you forgot about that one, didn't you? There's no complaints here on the narrative front or anything else, really. In conclusion, buy it. The chances are you already made up your mind anyway. Robocop, Rogue City, and Unfinished Business are simply amazing Robocop games and simply amazing games in general. They aren't too long, thank God, so they won't take hundreds of hours. It took me roughly 30-ish hours to complete both of these, and that's pretty much doing every single side quest and hunting around everywhere. These games definitely do not waste your time, and it's fantastic. Getting lost and having no idea what to do at points will sort of trip you up a bit because I was tired or something, and that's why it took me 30 roughly-ish hours. The pacing, however, though, is excellent, and I didn't even realize 5 hours went by when I sat down, and the next thing I knew, it was over. Seriously, just buy these, play these, most importantly.
Stay out of trouble.
I've been Calypso. If you like this video, like this video. If you dislike this video, dislike this video, and I will see you in the next one.
What? Already 2 squads down? Damn. Squad C is ready to go in.